The dream of most teenagers is to finish school and start their adult life. Go to university, no more parents telling what to do, meeting new people, new places, going to parties, try things that you shouldn't, and going to class the next day after a really good night out with friends. Well, that was also my dream, but I knew that it wouldn't be anything more than just a dream. One part of me was so excited to begin a new path of my life, but the other part was terrified of that. Real inside of me, I knew that I wouldn't be able to meet new people, and I would burst into tears if I had to make a presentation for a room full of people. But what was I supposed to do then if I didn't go to university? I think the reason that just made me go in that time was to run away of home. I needed to get away of this place that hurted me so much in the past and start over. So I got accepted in a university 2 hours away of my hometown. I packed my bags and my parents drove me for 2 hours to go to the new place that I was going to stay for 3 years of my life. So we arrived there. I unpacked my things, and then me and my parents went to a wall to know more about the places around there. And after that was time to say bye bye. Another girl was going to live with me in the apartment that I rented. I was going to share the apartment with her, and the day that she moved in, she knocked on my door and introduced herself. Hi, I'm Jessie. Nice to meet you. And I awkwardly did the same. She also asked me if I want to go with something outside with her, and I agreed. We went to a mall center that was next to our apartment. We ordered some hamburgers there, and we got to know more about each other's. It was kind of weird and awkward for me because I never had the experience to make new friends. But in my mind, I was like, oh my god, I'm talking with a new person. Am I making a new friend? Are we going to become besties? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Yeah, but I felt that I didn't talk too much, and most of the time I would be like, yeah, like, yeah, I really like anime. Do you like anime? Yeah, yeah, it's really, really, really cool, right? So after eating, we went back to the apartment, and we didn't talk with each other ever again. But well, the classes had started 1 week before I arrived there, but I was just able to attend classes after the first week because it was kind of hard for me to find a place to stay. So, in my first day of uni, I got lost. I didn't knew where was the classroom. I thought in asking someone because that's what normal people do, right? Well, I couldn't. I was so nervous. Should I ask to that group of boys over there? To that girl in the corner looking at their phone? Or should I ask to the cleaning lady? Or maybe I can struggle and try to find it alone. But then I remembered that my classmates made a WhatsApp group with everyone in our course. I have no idea how they found my number. I just popped in one day. But, anyways, so I sent a message in that group. Hey, it's my first day here and I'm lost. Can someone tell me where's the class? And no answer. The class had already started and I was walking around the hallways and panicking. Oh my god, where is it? Where is it? Oh my god. Until I got a message. It's next to the canteen. Where the fuck is the canteen? So yeah, after a while I was able to find it and they had already started the class, and I didn't want to walk in and have everyone look at me while I find a place to sit. So I just stayed outside waiting for it to finish. Yep. The next class, I was able to find it. I sat in an available seat and waited for the class to start. Meanwhile, the other people also started entering the class and sitting. I looked around and I mostly could see groups talking with each others, and I couldn't see one single person alone besides me. The professor appeared and class started. I was paying attention while being a bit nervous, and I just remember hearing the word a presentation. And I was like, what? Already? But I don't even know anyone yet. So, yeah. Until the end of class, I just could think about that a presentation that we were supposed to do next week. The next class was the last of the day and the worst one for me. The professor told us that we will be working in a group project until the end of the semester. When I heard the word groups, I was like, oh, F. People started forming groups. Some people were left alone, so the professor picked a group for them to join. And of course, I was among those people. And he had the brilliant idea to make me join a group of 4 boys. I don't have anything against boys, but I was kind of afraid of them because I didn't have a good experience with this type of species when I was in middle school. But these guys were kind to me, so I awkwardly introduced myself to them, and then they started talking about the project. Like, they wouldn't stop talking. They didn't make me have time to process all the information, and then they asked me, "Do you have an idea?" And I answered, "No." I think they realized that I wasn't a very talkative person, so they just accepted. And meanwhile, they were talking, I started looking to the other groups, and everyone was talking to each other and expressing their ideas. And I was. I started realizing how everyone was so different of me. The way of acting, expressing, and talking. Everything was so different of me. Why can't I be like them? What's wrong with me? The classes ended and I went back to my apartment. And when I arrived there, I just could burst into tears. Why everyone is so different of me? Is it going to happen again? They are going to call me a weirdo, and I will be an outcast once again. Why can't I be normal? What's wrong with me? In the next days, I would go to classes even more nervous than normal. I couldn't take off those thoughts out of my head until one day I stopped. I stopped going to classes. I couldn't torture myself even more. I knew that I wasn't going to be happy there like before. I packed my things, catch a bus, and went home. Giving up in university was something really disappointing for me and the ones around me. But I knew that I had to work in myself first. It hasn't been easy, but I'm getting better. I understand things better. I'm happy to go back to university in September of this year, and this time I know that everything will be fine. If you are passing for something similar, I want to tell you that It's okay to take breaks, to take care of ourselves, especially your mental health. Because once you take care of those things, everything starts to get better.